Handel, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Regional News. We start off in Trinidad and Tobago, where two men waiting on transportation at the Princestown promenade in Trinidad were caught in the middle of a gunfire with police and a suspected car thief on Friday night. One man was grazed on the neck with a bullet and the other on the shoulder. They were treated at the Princestown District Hospital and discharged. The incident began on Mucurpo Street in San Fernando when police responded to a report that a black Nissan Almira car was stolen around 7:30 p.m. An at all points bulletin was issued and officers on mobile patrol along High Street Princestown spotted the vehicle. Police said the officers chased the vehicle and on reaching Bonanza Street, the driver opened fire on the officers. Several persons were standing on the road waiting on transportation to get home. The suspect lost control of the stolen car and crashed into a vehicle near the Princestown police station. The driver then jumped out of the vehicle and ran into the police station where he was detained. No firearm was recovered. And still in Trinidad and Tobago, President of the island, Paula May Weeks, has declared the Dangerous Drugs Amendment Act law, and it comes into effect from today. On Saturday, the president gave assent to the bill, which will now allow adults to have up to 30 grams of the drug in their possession. The relaxed law will also allow for a household to have up to 4 plants. However, persons are not allowed to smoke in public spaces or while operating a vehicle. Government's bill to allow persons to use small quantities of marijuana was passed in the House of Representatives and Senate. Cannabis activist Nasma Muller has described the move to decriminalize marijuana as a victory, as she deemed the previous laws as a violation of citizens' constitutional rights to freedom. And now in Jamaica. A member of the Jamaica Defense Force is among 4 persons who died on Sunday in Jamaica in separate motor vehicle crashes. The latest fatalities bring to 421 the number of persons killed on Jamaica's roadways since the starting of the year, according to figures compiled by the Road Safety Unit in the Transport Ministry. The 24-year-old soldier has been identified as Kevin Ferguson of Slipe District in St. Elizabeth. The other victims were identified as Lennox Brown, Kenroy Lewis, and John Mills. According to reports, Ferguson was found entangled in barbed wire lying beside a motorcycle on the Byberry Main Road. The police say Lewis was driving a motor car along the Bracco Main Road with Mills and another occupant when it collided with a truck traveling the opposite direction and overturned. Meanwhile, Brown was reportedly hit by a motor vehicle as he walked along the Lucky Hill Main Road. And finally, in Venezuela, assailants raided a military facility in southern Venezuela early Sunday morning, stealing weapons and killing 1 soldier, authorities said. Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino said police and the military had recovered all the stolen weapons and detained some suspects. He blamed the attack on extremist sectors of the opposition without naming any individuals. Venezuela, whose economy has collapsed under socialist President Nicolas Maduro, is in the midst of a deep political crisis. In January, opposition-held National Assembly President Juan Guaido invoked the Constitution to assume a rival presidency and encouraged the military to side with him. Information Minister Jorge Rodriguez said 6 people had been arrested in connection with the attack in southern Bolivia state near the border with Brazil. He added that the raiders had been trained at paramilitary camps in Colombia and had received assistance from Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro. And that's it for Regional News this evening. Back to you, Handel.